Thank you for that reminder. And that's why we're actually using Zoom. Okay, so let's move on. So today's topic is customer centric design. So we want to create products, we want to learn how to create products that truly meet user needs. So when we say customer centric design, what do we mean by that? Yeah. So I've already given us an expo. I would have said somebody should unmute and talk, but customer centric design is just about creating designs, creating products that actually or truly meet user needs. As product designers are designed are created for an audience, all right? So we're not just designing for ourselves, we're designing for a market, we're designing for a target audience, we're designing for a group of people that will use whatever products we are designing. So what is customer-centric design? Now, customer-centric design or CCD, so that anywhere I call CCD, just know that I'm talking about customer-centric design. Customer-centric design means creating products that solve real problems for users in the easiest and best way possible. So there are other definitions of customer-centric design, but I feel if I'm going to be teaching, I want us to really understand in the most basic level what I'm talking about. So customer-centric design, it's about you creating products that solve real problems for users. So you're creating products that solve problems. So who are those people that have problems? The consumer, the customers. So we are creating products that solve real problems for users in the easiest. Please, I want us to have and take note of this, easiest and best way possible. So you want to solve problem, but you are not solving problem and making it more. You're not making it more complex for people. So people want solution to their problem or a need, and they come to your platform, and your platform is still giving them headache. Just like MTN app is giving me headache all the time. Please, I want us to even talk. So what platform do you think? I want somebody to unmute and talk. What platform like are you currently using or interfacing with that? Supposed to be solving a problem for you, but it's actually just making you pissed off. So me, I've said my own MTN app. That app is always giving me a headache. So Taiwo, can you tell us, is there any product like that that is stressing you out? Matthew, you can unmute and talk. Anybody doing also, you can tell us. Are we together? Is anybody hearing me?
Yeah, for me, I would say just my bank apps.
Your bank apps,
Always,
pay
yeah,
all those
regular.
our old banks.
Our old banks, I don't use pay.
Those GTB, especially GTB.
Yes.
I stopped using GTB. That
GTB and Zenith.
I stopped using GTB. I had to go and reactivate my Access Bank. For me, Access Bank have been trying, but that GTB, you will not see your transaction history. You will not see. So I recently applied for a job. They were asking me for pay slips and all that. If it was GTB that I was using, I won't see all those. I have to maybe go to bank to generate that. So your whatever problem, customer-centric design is creating products that solve problems for people in the easiest and best way possible. So why it does not have to do with, so design and aesthetics is fine, current trends in UI, UX and all that, but when you add those things to your design, is it not too complicating for people to use? Won't they have to be like moving from one level to another, like something that they can do at a click or with a click, and they have to like pass through 3 different stages to get to what they want to get to. So you don't want to complicate things for people. So why does it matter? You number one, you have happier customers they enjoy using your products. Number two, you have better sales. More people will buy your product or subscribe to your platform and recommend it. Then you have less failure. You don't want to waste time building something that nobody wants to use. So if you build a platform that is quite complicated, or as a UI UX designer, a product designer, you design something and they launch it, and they will now be looking for how to launch version 2, and they will not bring it to that version 2 because you made life, very complicated for them. So the product owners, we have to go and hire another UI designer to come and design something seamless for them. So you don't want to be that person that your work is under the shelf. So they now ask you during an interview that what product have you launched? I say, I launched one product, so but is it online? You say, no, what happened? So how will you explain that? Is because what you designed for them is not really okay. So you don't want to waste time building something that nobody is using. If your design is not customer centric, it will be put under the bed. It should not be valuable. It should not be useful in the market. So what are the key principles of customer centric design? So number one is user understand your users. That's where empathy come in. So you want to put yourself into your user's shoe. So ask yourself, if I was a user, what's the problem that I'll be facing? So we do this by conducting some research. You can do research. So as a product manager, what I do before, when I get a brief for a project, I try to do my research. Even as you are a UX designer, you can do those research yourself. What are the problems people currently facing? So if there are other platforms that are providing those solutions, even if they are not in Nigeria, and if they are that kind of solution have not been launched in Nigeria, but there are other countries that have launched those kind of products, you can go there, look at those platforms. What are the problems on that platform? So you must understand the products, all right? The products, the problem people are facing, generally in that market. You must understand if other products have been built in that regard, what are the problem people facing on that platform that you need to improve upon when you are designing yours? What do they need? What do they need to see? What do they need? All right. How do your customer behave? So if you're designing something for women, for example, women like to gist. So that's why Flow app, even for our guys, there's an app called Flow app. It's for women, for menstrual pain. If that app was to be created for men, you guys will not use that app again. But that app is created for women. So when you just see notification like, Faith, are you having edit today? So I'll just click yes. I say, Faith, your mood will be very high today. Oh, I'll say maybe no. You say okay. The app just interacts with me. The app interacts with me. Please, can you hear me? A call came in. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So if I create talking about Flow app, so because women like conversation, so the builders of that product, all right, the designer of that product, they designed conversation, just like conversation on that app. You may just download it just to see how it works. It's very, very conversational. Like the chat, it will just tell me, just like it knows what I'm feeling at that point. And if I'm not feeling that way, maybe it just gets that maybe I'll be having headache today. And I say no. Say, okay, what other feeling are you having? Are you having stomach ache? Are you having this one? So you just have that dislike conversation. But for guys, a guy will know, well, why are you asking me too much question? So that kind of app may not work for guys. So for guys, as you have to understand how the people you are building this product with, how do they behave? So if you are building app, for example, for children, YouTube kids, children like beautiful, colorful stuff. You need to integrate those things into that platform. So understand your user, understand how they behave, even in real life, how they behave when they interact with apps and all that. So for example, Netflix suggests movies you like, based on your interest. That's an example. Sorry. All right, number two. Number two is that you should keep your design simple and easy to use. So don't add too much complicated stuff. So for example, if you are most especially when you are building MVPs. So if you are building like MVPs version 1 of product, keep it very easy, simple to use. Build the features that are, there are some features that are nice to have, but not like they are compulsory at that stage. So those nice to have features that are not really necessary for version 1, you can push them to version 2 to just ensure. So at that for version 1, you are trying to bring people to that platform to just know that, oh, we have a solution that can solve the problem you are facing in this regard. So keep it simple. Your product should be clear, straightforward. Less is more. Remove unnecessary steps, maybe on the onboarding screen, and don't need to ask people their date. So if date of birth is not necessary, don't ask them. If their BVN is not necessary, don't ask them. Don't ask them unnecessary information. People will get bored and just move on to the next best thing. So remove unnecessary steps, guide the users, show them what to do next. So when you are designing, don't just be using Lorem Ipsum. Lorem Ipsum. Guide your users on what the next step should be. So if I see two screens, so one of the screen is showing me that okay, just fill in this form. It's not telling me full name. It's not telling me, it's not describing what I need to ask here. So sometimes you can make the interaction fun for people. I don't know if you have seen apps like that. Tell us what you like to eat. It can be this. They just add a light humor in that interaction phase, and you just like it, and you have that feeling that somebody is talking to you and you just want to take action. All right, so guide the user, show them what to do next. There are some applications, there is no next button, so maybe people already know that they have to swipe, but just make it easier for them, like, to move on, to know what to do next on your platform. Fast and smooth experience. Integrate fast and smooth experience. Don't frustrate your users when they are trying to generate something. Don't allow them to have to go to different platforms. There are some things that have to be on that profile. Don't put it somewhere else. All right. There are some things that have to do be maybe somebody wants to search for something on your app, and the search bar is nowhere to be found. Maybe it's found on the third screen. I believe nobody does that, but that's just an example. So just give them fast and smooth experience. For example, Google, instead of you want to search something, so for example, you go to Google and you want to search for best restaurants in Lagos, and Google is now asking you that, so what part of Lagos? You now type Lekki. Another step, because you want to search something, another step again, it now tell you that what part of Lekki do you want? You put again, I say what street in Lekki? So you just get frustrated. But Google just make it simple. Type in what you want, and it will just give you suggestion. If you now want to streamline in that search bar and just go straight to what you want. So that's an example of a good customer-centric design. Number three is that you should listen to your customers and improve the products. So products like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, products that have been on ground for a long time. You see that they keep refining, they keep growing. Interfaces keep changing, new features are being added, every time. It's because they are listening to their customer feedback. Somebody just said something to my ears and said, I wish WhatsApp can have music for their status. No, we can see now that on WhatsApp status you can add music. The person just said that like 2 weeks ago, and last week she now said, wow, this is something I said and it has been implemented. So WhatsApp, they listen. to their customers and they improve their product. So a good product keeps getting better by listening to users. So if you are working in a company, in a bank, for example, in platforms like Microsoft, Google, platforms that already have their products, to see ways, listen to people, look for ways you can refine those products, add more features, or remove some features that are unnecessary in order to ensure that the product is customer centric. Then read your customer review. Go to Play Store. Once you launch app, don't just forget about that app. Even if the product owners forget about it, you as the product designer or the product manager, go there, look at the reviews, listen to them, find common complaints and, try to implement them. Do A and B testing when you are designing something. Try two versions, try two flows and see which one work best. Carry out surveys and feedback form. Ask people what they think about your product. YouTube does that all the time. I want to watch something on YouTube and I just see like a survey on my screen. They are doing that not because of fun. They are doing that because some people are collecting the data at the back end and they want you to improve their customers' experience. Number 4, make it accessible to everyone. So your product should be easy for use. People with disabilities should even be able to use your platform. Use bigger text option for those with weak eyesight. I'm running out of time. Oh, how many minutes more do I have? Okay, like 15 minutes, 10 minutes more. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, so yeah, so make your text, eligible. Don't use tiny text that people will be straining their eyes to see. Use voice control. I'm not saying that for all products. These are some things that some platforms have integrated into their platform. So platforms like that have to do with search, such as YouTube, Netflix, and the likes. They've integrated, voice chat. Even ChatGPT have integrated voice. Is it voice? That voice, me, I don't understand what it's doing. I think they still need to refine that their voice stuff because the day I used it, it was just replaying what I said. So, yeah, platform. If you are designing a platform that have to do with voice searching and searching, you can integrate voice search, then color contrast and the like. So, for example, YouTube added automated caption for people with disability so that people that are deaf and dumb can read and understand. Now, what are the steps to create a customer-centric product? Number 1, I have 4 steps, and that's what we end this lesson. So step 1, know your users. Ask them questions, surveys, and interview. We said that. So know them, interact with them. Watch how they use similar products. I've also mentioned this before. So you are designing a platform. So most likely there's a slight chance that whatever product you want to design, somebody somewhere in the world have designed that product before. We see a lot of products just such as artisans platform. Somebody else has designed something like that. So just research and don't just say you want to build from the scratch. Research, see what other people are doing, go to Figma community, go to Behance, go to this platform, go to Google Play Store, Apple Store, search for those products. See watch how users are using this platform based on their reviews, based on the things that they do. All right. Identify their biggest frustration. Identify their biggest frustration. So on these our bank apps, for example, we can design something for them like GT Bank that is always having issue. Now I think they just need to just overhaul that bank app and do something better. So people are being frustrated on that app. What can be done better? You can take that as a case study and work on it. So identify a platform with biggest frustration. Can use that as a pet project and create something nice. Yeah. So Spotify, for example, they analyze how people listen to music and realize that users wanted personalized playlist. That's why they created Discover Weekly, which give each user a unique playlist based on their taste. Yeah. 2, define Can you hear me, guys? Okay. Define the problem clearly. So instead of guessing, write a simple problem statement. So for example, you can write a problem statement such as busy people don't have time to cook, so they need a fast and healthy food delivery service. What app is coming to mind with this problem statement? Anybody can unmute their mic and talk. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
You said what app comes to?
Yes. So this problem is that busy people don't have time to cook, so they need a fast and healthy food delivery service. What app or which app in Nigeria is coming to mind?
Child Global.
Yes. Child Glovo. So these are the, you know, uh, these are apps that are solving this problem that people have. So just the one way to even design a product is like look for problems that people are facing in maybe finance, terms of food, health. You can use that to create a unique product. Number 3, design and test simple solution. So just make rough sketches or wireframe, then test with real users before building. So you can just create rough wireframe, test the flow, and fix anything that confuses people. So fix those stuff that confuse people. Then, for example, WhatsApp simple interface. Um, WhatsApp WhatsApp kept their app as simple as possible. WhatsApp is one of the simplest app I know because it's focused on messaging, just come chat and go. No complicated stuff. It's now that they started adding some other features. Now the last step is improving based on feedback. So you're not just researching all this and not implement. Ensure you implement your feedback. Watch how your users behave. Improve anything that is confusing. Keep adding useful features. Instagram, Facebook are great examples of this. They keep adding new features. For example, Netflix added the skip intro button. I'm watching a series of like 20 episodes, and why do I have to keep watching the intro all the time? Except I watch those intros sometimes because my daughter just like the music that keep playing. So, but for me, I will skip it. So, yeah. So users do not like that intro. Netflix added a skip intro button based on feedback. So listen to feedback and implement. So what are the tools to help you apply customer centric design, interviews, and focus group? So you have to gain deep insight into your user behavior by organizing interviews and focus group surveys. So you can also use heat maps such as Hotjar. You can see where users click the most on your app. You can also do usability testing. There are applications that you can use for usability testing such as Maze and the like. A and B testing. You can compare two versions of your products or of your design and or two versions of a feature and see the one that is best and seamless to use. All right. So an activity I want us to go and do after this to just reflect. We'll not be able to like discuss. I don't want us to create another meeting link. So just pick an app you use daily. Find one thing that annoys you and think about how you improve it to make it better. So you can just take maybe a flow on one of those apps that you don't like, all right, and see how you can improve that flow. All right, just do something and find one thing that annoys you and find how you can improve it to make it better. Then our final takeaway is that always think like your users. So think like your users. Keep your design simple and easy to use. Listen to feedback and improve constantly. So your COO, your product managers, your developers, they may be telling you, oh, this thing that you design is not okay. you know this one. Don't take it as they are attacking your personality. Look at it. Don't take it too personal. Look at how you can improve it. Listen to feedback and improve constantly. So that's the end of my class. Thank you so much. And within the next 1 minute, we can unmute our mic, and if there's any question, we can drop it in the chat in our community. I'll respond. So Doyin, over to you in less than 1 minute. All right.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much for standing in place. I think that we are all grateful that you are back. Thank you so much for everything. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure that if you have any more questions, we'll drop on the group chat and just discuss further. But thank you so much. On behalf of everybody, I'm saying thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mati, Taiwo, Adeni. Thank you for joining. Good night, everyone.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Good night.